Behind the closed doors of the Phoenix Mercury training facility, something extraordinary happened. Sophie Cunningham, known for her fiery defense and competitive spirit, gathered her teammates and coaching staff for a moment that would shake the WNBA to its core. The veteran guard, whose reputation for fierce play had already made waves, dropped a bombshell that no one saw coming. What began as a routine preseason meeting suddenly turned into a pivotal moment, one that would change the way fans, players, and even the media viewed the dynamics of the league. Sophie Cunningham's decision wasn't just about basketball. This was about redefining the boundaries of competition, respect, and collaboration in a sport that thrives on fierce rivalries and intense passion. It was a moment that would resonate across the league and spark conversations that went far beyond the court. But what drove this seasoned player, with years of intense competition behind her, to make such a bold move? How could this announcement, which caught even her closest teammates off guard, alter the trajectory of women's basketball and shift the public perception of what it means to be a player in the WNBA? This is the shocking story that has everyone talking. And it all starts with one game-changing decision from Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham has never been one to shy away from tough challenges. Since joining the Phoenix Mercury in 2019, she's established herself as one of the league's most relentless players, known for her aggressive defense and fearless play. Standing at 6'1" and boasting a fierce competitive edge, she's a force to be reckoned with on both ends of the court. Despite not always racking up the highest numbers, Cunningham's impact goes far beyond the stats sheet. Her ability to lock down opposing players, ignite her teammates, and dictate the tempo of the game has made her an invaluable asset to the Mercury. With an average of 9.1 points, 3.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game, Cunningham's real value lies in the grit and leadership she brings to the floor. Her hard-nosed style has made her both a fan favorite and a polarizing figure, eliciting passionate reactions from opponents and spectators alike. But this is a player who thrives on intensity. Whether it's matching up against the biggest stars in the league or engaging in fiery confrontations, Cunningham's approach to the game has never been about playing it safe. And this offseason, she made a decision that would send shockwaves through the WNBA, forever altering her relationship with the league's brightest young star, Caitlyn Clark. As the season progressed, the intensity between Sophie Cunningham and Caitlyn Clark only grew. Fans and analysts eagerly awaited every moment of their on-court battles, dissecting each defensive move and offensive play. Cunningham, with her relentless defensive style, became one of Clark's most formidable challenges. Known for her physical approach, Cunningham's game was built around aggressive ball pressure, tight coverage, and a willingness to engage in the kind of tough play that defines elite basketball. But with every matchup, the spotlight was increasingly on Clark. The rookie sensation's every move was scrutinized, from her deep three-pointers to her dazzling playmaking. Cunningham's tough defense was now being examined under a magnifying glass, with the media questioning whether she was playing too aggressively, whether she was crossing the line to get into Clark's head. Yet, Cunningham remained unshaken. She didn't back down from challenges, whether it was facing the WNBA's biggest stars or going toe-to-toe with Clark. But the question lingered. Was this rivalry simply about basketball, or was something more brewing beneath the surface? As the season wore on, the competition between the two grew more personal. The media coverage intensified, the stakes were higher, and every exchange became a focal point for the league's future. Was this just the beginning of a rivalry that could define the WNBA for years to come? But just when it seemed like the rivalry between Sophie Cunningham and Caitlyn Clark was reaching a boiling point, something unexpected happened. Cunningham, known for her raw intensity and fierce competitiveness, made a decision that would shift the entire narrative. The veteran guard, who had always been vocal about her approach to the game, took a step back and reevaluated her relationship with Clark. What had once been a hard-fought physical rivalry started to evolve. Cunningham's announcement stunned both her teammates and the wider basketball community. She expressed a newfound respect for Clark, a sign that even the most intense competitors could find common ground. This wasn't just a moment of personal growth for Cunningham. It was a shift in how veteran players approach highly publicized rookies. This unexpected turn raised several questions. Was this a sign of maturity, or was it a response to the growing media pressure surrounding the two players? Could the competitive fire that had defined their interactions transform into mutual respect? Cunningham's words were a clear message to the league and its fans. Rivalries in professional sports aren't always black and white. They can evolve, change, and ultimately lead to something greater. This moment marked a significant turning point not just for Cunningham and Clark, but for the league itself. The ripple effect of Cunningham's announcement sent shockwaves throughout the WNBA, sparking a flurry of debates among fans, analysts, and players alike. Some saw it as a powerful statement of maturity, while others questioned if Cunningham was capitulating to the media and public pressure. Regardless of the interpretation, one thing was clear. The dynamic between veteran players and rookies was changing. Cunningham's decision to publicly acknowledge her respect for Clark represented a shift in how veteran players might handle rising stars. In a league where competition is everything, where every matchup is scrutinized, her move signaled a new era of sportsmanship, one where rivalries could be set aside for the sake of mutual growth. This was more than just about two players. It was about the future of the WNBA. Would Cunningham's bold move inspire other veterans to embrace the rising stars with the same level of respect? Or would it further fuel the divide between the seasoned players and the newcomers? The league, already in the midst of a meteoric rise in popularity, was at a crossroads, and Cunningham's words had opened the door to a broader conversation about the evolving nature of competition in women's basketball. As fans rallied behind this new chapter, the big question remained. Could the WNBA thrive in a world where rivalries didn't just define the game, but evolved into something more collaborative? Cunningham's decision to publicly shift gears and embrace the potential for mutual respect with Clark had broader implications that extended well beyond just those two players. It raised questions about the culture within the WNBA and how veteran players view the influx of young, media-driven talent. For years, the league had been defined by fierce competition, with veterans often standing their ground against the up-and-coming players. But Cunningham's move suggested a new way forward. It signaled that even in the most high-stakes moments, there was room for collaboration and growth. While some skeptics viewed it as a weakening of the competitive spirit, others saw it as a sign of strength, an ability to rise above the noise and focus on the bigger picture. This evolution in Cunningham's perspective could serve as a model for future generations of WNBA players. As the league grows, both in talent and visibility, veteran players like Cunningham may need to step up and set a new precedent for how competition and camaraderie can coexist. The WNBA, with its increasing popularity and spotlight, could be entering a phase where the most successful players are those who balance rivalry with respect, competition with mentorship. This transformation might just be the key to the league's future, where the best players not only battle on the court, but also help shape each other's journeys to greatness. The impact of Cunningham's decision will likely extend beyond her relationship with Clark and influence the way the entire WNBA approaches veteran-rookie dynamics in the future. The media response to her announcement has already been massive, and the fans are split. Some praise Cunningham for her maturity, while others feel it diminishes the fierce competitive spirit that has defined the league. Regardless of the varying opinions, what's undeniable is the conversation Cunningham has sparked about the future of the WNBA. With more rookies entering the league each season with unprecedented fanfare and commercial backing, veteran players are faced with new challenges. Cunningham's willingness to publicly evolve her stance on Clark's rise to stardom could set the tone for how the next generation of players handles the balance between fierce competition and respect. As the WNBA continues to grow, both in visibility and influence, the shift in how players interact both on and off the court could redefine the league's culture. Cunningham's example may lead to more veterans stepping up to offer guidance, not just in terms of skills, but in fostering a collaborative, supportive environment. As this new dynamic continues to unfold, it could lead to a more unified league where players, regardless of age or experience, work together to elevate the game and build a legacy that transcends individual rivalries. The ripple effect of Cunningham's shift in perspective could be far-reaching, especially as the WNBA continues to grow in stature. Players like Sophie Cunningham, who have been through the highs and lows of professional basketball, possess invaluable experience that the league's rising stars can benefit from. If other veterans follow Cunningham's lead and embrace the idea of supporting the younger generation, we could see a major shift in how the WNBA is viewed. No longer would it be just a battleground for individual accolades and fierce competition. It could evolve into a league where mentorship, camaraderie, and respect play as much of a role as skill and talent. As the league pushes towards greater popularity, this change in attitude could have lasting benefits. More collaboration between veterans and rookies could lead to a stronger, more unified WNBA. Players from all backgrounds would share their knowledge, not just for personal gain, but to ensure the continued success and growth of women's professional basketball. The media, too, will likely play a role in supporting this evolution. As the WNBA's marketability continues to grow, the storylines that focus on collaboration and growth could become just as compelling as the fiercest rivalries. For fans, this shift might offer a refreshing look at a league that's capable of both intense competition and incredible unity. As Sophie Cunningham's announcement begins to resonate throughout the WNBA, its impact could very well extend beyond the players on the court. The league, now in a period of explosive growth and rising media attention, may find that the way its stars engage with one another is just as important as how they perform on the court. With the spotlight on young talent like Caitlyn Clark, the WNBA has a unique opportunity to foster a new culture of collaboration, where seasoned veterans pass down wisdom and help shape the future of the sport. Cunningham's example could serve as a blueprint for how the league's culture evolves, balancing the fierce competitiveness that fans love with a sense of unity and shared purpose. The timing of this shift couldn't be better. With more rookies entering the league each season and the WNBA drawing larger audiences, the demand for a more cohesive and respectful environment is growing. Fans are watching not only for the exciting plays, but for the off-court dynamics that make these athletes relatable and inspiring. Cunningham's moment of reflection could be the spark that ignites a change in how players view their roles within the league, encouraging both veterans and rookies to elevate the game together, leaving a lasting legacy for generations to come. In the end, Sophie Cunningham's decision to embrace respect over rivalry marks a pivotal moment for the WNBA. Her announcement isn't just a turning point for her personal relationship with Caitlyn Clark. It's a potential game-changer for how the league handles veteran-rookie dynamics moving forward. Cunningham has set an example of how even the most intense rivalries can evolve into mutual respect, proving that competition doesn't have to come at the cost of sportsmanship. As the WNBA continues to grow in popularity, moments like this could help shape a new era where collaboration between players, regardless of age or experience, takes center stage. Will this shift in attitude change the WNBA's culture for the better? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, Sophie Cunningham's bold decision has opened the door for deeper connections, stronger mentorship, and a more unified league. As fans, we can only hope that this is just the beginning of a new chapter in women's professional basketball, one where respect, collaboration, and fierce competition can exist side by side. If you agree with Cunningham's move, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more coverage on this evolving story. Thanks for watching!